Daylight, my envies, welcome. That's a wives fumed their sob as Ooni of Ife's older brother was hailing him and, confirming and congratulating him that Ooni of Ife holds, the chairmanship of global, Yoruba heritage, while Queen Naomi holds, the key to his heart. That this was something that they were just so happy about, talking about, and wives were just feeling very, very bad. It's no longer just about the palace. It's no longer just about, royal ceremonies or rituals or the crown worn behind closed doors, with the Ooni of Ife now confirmed as the chairman of the World Orisha Congress, a powerful global institution dedicated to the preservation, propagation and sanctification of Yoruba spirituality. The game has shifted badly. This is not, about global influence, ancestral authority, and divine alignment. And right at the center of, this, new chapter of the Ooni of Ife, standing calmly but unmistakably, is Queen Naomi. The brother said that this thing, this luck is coming as a result of the conclusion of the second full moon ritual, and more will come. Because when Naomi was part of the life of the Ooni of Ife, yes, Ooni of Ife got awards here and there. Ooni of Ife, this is the biggest. We are all aware that Kabiyesi is a very rich king. Kabiyesi has built supermarkets, educational institutions, and all of that. Most of these things that Kabiyesi have done these few years were project that he started with Olori Naomi. Halfway through it, things just went bad. And, Naomi left. And now that he did this revenge marriage and brought all of these women and they concluded some of this project, does not mean that they started it. They started with Queen Naomi. And when Queen Naomi was in the life of the Ooni of Ife, a lot of things happened, positive things, and the brother is confirming it and saying that this is just the beginning of all the beautiful things that will happen with Queen Naomi back in the palace. For many, the question is simple. Why Queen Naomi? Why does her presence remain so powerful, so unavoidable, and so spiritually crucial to the Ooni of Ife? Now, to understand that, we must go back to how it all began, okay? A lot of us know how it began, but some do not know. From the very first moment Queen Naomi entered into the palace of the Ooni of Ife, it was clear that this was no ordinary woman. A prophetess, a spiritual vessel in her own right. She brought more than beauty or poise. She brought light, the kind of light that didn't compete with the crown, but amplified it. She was a woman already, married to spirit before she ever married the throne and the Ooni of Ife. Ooni saw it. Ooni knows. Ooni know everything about Olori Naomi. And that is the reason why you see, no matter what happens, Kabiyesi will never want to leave Olori Naomi. You see that woman now. A lot of us are only seeing beauty. But there is more to Queen Naomi than beauty. There is more to Queen Naomi than beauty. Ooni of Ife has used his own mouth to say that his own journey, his own personal journey, spiritually and royally deepened from the moment Naomi came into his life. Ritual that once felt ceremonial took a deeper power. The palace shifted, the atmosphere became charged with something ancient yet alive. There were those who whispered that the Ooni's elevation, to, walk on chairman was seated, not during, the whole thing just happened because of this second conclusion of the full moon ritual. And Iyanifa has told Ooni of Ife time and time again that by the time that Queen Naomi will come to the palace after the third full moon ritual, that Kabiyesi will not need to fight whether which woman goes or which woman stays. Do you know that Iyanifa has told Kabiyesi not to worry himself? Iyanifa has told Kabiyesi not to bother driving any woman. Iyanifa has told Kabiyesi to keep quiet and let them finish the ritual and let Queen Naomi come back. That there is something that is in his destiny that he does not know as a king yet. That all of these women, they will find their way by themselves, they will go. that the energy that is coming with Queen Naomi will not allow them stay. They will go. When they were debating recently, saying that Kabiyesi should remove immunity from the wives, so that whatever they do, they will carry it with their own head. Kabiyesi will not be involved again, and all of that. Iyanifa said this one is just confusion. They are trying to bring that. Kabiyesi should focus on bringing Queen Naomi back. That when Naomi gets into the palace, everybody that does not belong there will go. Anyone that wants to force herself to stay, Amma will see what will happen. Iyanifa has made it very clear. Yes. Ooni of Ife knows now. We saw what happened. When they separated, what did Kabiyesi do? Kabiyesi publicly replaced Queen Naomi's spiritual role. Oloris came in. Yes, beautiful, poised, strategic. Because I do know that a lot of people don't like these women. But I can tell you with what I'm saying, Ooni of Ife has eyes for good things. Those women are beautiful. All of them are beautiful. Even Ikpe is beautiful. It's just that because of the things that have happened, people will see them and say they are not beautiful. Those women are beautiful. Ebony herself is beautiful. She is black beauty. She is beautiful. Okay? Yeah. But what happened with their beauty and everything? None carried that sacred presence. None could bridge the spiritual with the royal the way Queen Naomi did. That's why when the time came to accept his global appointment as head of Wokon, a position rooted in ancestral trust and divine authority, they only knew he could not step into that lightly without Olori Naomi. He chose Olori Naomi. The wife he put. It's not as if anybody would have stopped Ooni of Ife. After all, these are all Yoruba people. They know that as an Oba, you can marry as many wives as possible. You can marry as many as 15 wives. Nobody will stop you. Nobody. They say the document that Kabiyesi signed where Naomi's name was. It's not like the provision that was made was for only one wife. No. But he deliberately just put Queen Naomi's name there because he knows very well that, Omo, you see this Naomi? Naomi is the woman that I love. Naomi is the woman I want to be with. Naomi is my wife. I cannot do without Olori Naomi. They say the brother made it very clear to him that everything he's beginning to achieve, everything that is coming to place now is because of Queen Naomi. That yes, so Wokon has made Ooni of Ife their chairman, but Ooni has gone with the woman that is after his heart, that is Olori Naomi, and he congratulated Ooni for doing that. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.